tumepata muda ama fursa ya kutangamana sisi wenyewe kwa wenyewe, tuelezane ni nini, ni kazi zipi ambazo tunafanya. Manake wakati mwingine unapata mtu anakuuliza, nielezee CSOs ambazo zinafanya kazi ya health Kilifi County kwa mfano. Unashindwa uanzie wapi, nawe unaanza kuuliza wenzako. Kwa hivyo hii ni fursa ya sisi kwanza kujuana. Sisi ni kina nani, tunafanya kazi gani, tunafanya kazi hii wapi, tunawashirikisha kina nani. Kisha pili, ni nafasi nyingine ya kumjua mwenzako. Wakati unamjua mwenzako, ina maana kuwa pia unajenga ule uhusiano na mwenzako. Kwa hivyo hii pia ni fursa nzuri ya ile networking ama kutafuta partnership. Tatu, kuanzia kesho tutakuwa na washiriki kutoka serikali ya kaunti na serikali kuu, idara tofauti tofauti ambao watakuja kuwa na mazungumzo na sisi. Kwa hivyo hii pia ni nafasi ya kujua ni vitengo vipi vya serikali ambavyo vinafanya ile kazi ambayo tunafanya na ni vipi tunaweza shirikiana nao ili tuendeleze ili gurudumu la maendeleo ambalo tumejitolea sisi kama wanaharakati kufanya. Ama nyinyi hamjajitolea? Wengi ambao wako hasa katika kaunti ya Kilifi, utakuta kuwa mashirika mengi yanafanya kazi ya kujitolea. Hatuna mashirika makubwa kama kaunti zingine zile za kutafuta kazi za six figure salary. Mashirika yetu ni madogo madogo na mengi ni yale tunafanya kazi ya kufanya nini? Ya kujitolea. Kwa hivyo hii ni nafasi nzuri ya kuzungumza na washikadau wengine. Kwa hivyo tutakuwepo hapa kwa siku 3. Leo tarehe 4, kesho tarehe 5 na tutamalizia tarehe 6. Okay, at the county level we have I think 2 or more mandates. Our first mandate is to check the government. As in we are the watchdog, we're the citizens watchdog. And what we do and checking the government is just to ensure that the resources that we have, that we put in their hands to manage on our behalf, are properly managed. That's the first thing, that's our first mandate. Our second mandate is to support the government to deliver its mandate. And this we do by capacity building of both the state, that's the national government, and the county government. And when I talk of national government, I mean the national government institutions that are within our counties. So we build their capacity to deliver their mandate. By this we ensure that they understand citizen participation, they understand what the various policies and legislations say about their work, and they do it in a constitutional manner. And the third mandate that we have is representing the people. Sometimes the government cannot consult with everyone. We can hardly find a situation where the government is knocking on everyone's door to get their opinion. But because we work at that grassroots level, we are able to engage the community and bring up that voice, the collective voice of the people to the government as members of the civil society. So those are the 3 key mandates that we do. Katika nchi yoyote ile kuna hizi main sectors 3. Kwanza, kila nchi ina serikali. Kila nchi ina wanabiashara. Then anything else that does not fall within these 2 ndio tunaita civil society. Tuko pamoja? We have been able to cover a lot of ground since we started engaging in the consortium approach to implementation of projects. One thing that happens, it has diffused the crackdowns I was talking about, the civic space. It's one of the approaches we adopted to push back the shrinking space. Because if the government, let's say, was targeting one organization, when we come as a network, they are not able to know which particular organization was involved in the issue they're actually trying to crack them down on. So there's the organization that we think is too vocal is diffused by these other organizations that surround it. The organization that the government thinks it is offensive and they would like to follow is covered by these other organizations. We've had even issues of religion, organizations being targeted because the leader is from another religion. So we've had the network with a person from a different religion talking on their behalf. So it has kind of helped us to to open up the civic walls that were rapidly shrinking. The other thing it has been able to help us do is the resources. We all have different resource might. Some organizations have a lot of resources, some organizations have no resources at all. So when you bring all this together, we are able to use the resources that we have to achieve so much within a very large area of coverage. The third thing we've been able to do is to build capacity. Remember I talked about capacity being an issue. We have organizations that are so good in terms of capacity, and we have organizations that are just coming up, they're still very low in terms of capacity. When you bring them to a consortium, they're able to do what we call peer learning. So in the peer learning, they also grow, so that in the end, we end up at the same level of capacity and capabilities.
Changamoto ambazo huwa tunapitia mwanzo, kama kwa changamoto in general ile ambao ni sisi CSOs, kuna haya miradi ambao huwa tunafanya kama ya CVE. Mradi wa CVE, counter violence extremism, unakuja na hatari nyingi. First, we mwenyewe kwa at risk because umejiweka katikati ya baina ya serikali kuu na pia baina ya wale radicals group, because wewe unajaribu kwa moderator in between na kujaribu kuelimisha hawa vijana kutoka katika huo msimamo mkali. So huku wanakuchukulia kama ni kibaka wa serikali, na kule nako wanakuchukulia wewe maybe you are sympathizers of this group, gang group samanini. So hapo pia at risk wewe mwenyewe.
As a network, as Kilifi County Civil Society Network, we have come together. We have been together since last year, and we are hopeful and optimistic that we'll continue working together, united, because we are actually the voice of the voiceless. We are the voice of the minorities and the marginalized communities. And being together, we see that our future, we intend to reinvent. We intend to rejuvenate and reinvent, you see, to reclaim our civic space, because the space is very broad and it is clearly outlined and enshrined in our constitution. We strongly believe that there is need for us to inculcate a culture of constructive engagement. We need to engage and involve both the county government and national government constructively.
La pili, mwaka jana au mwaka juzi, county government ilipeana mijadala ya sheria fulani ambayo naikumbuka haikuwa chini ya 10, ilikuwa kama 12 hivi, na tulikaa katika vituo vyetu sub counties, tukadebate, tukapeana mawazo yetu. Nikikumbuka vizuri sana, kulikuwa na board ya agriculture ambayo ilikuwa ni reformed na nyingine nyingi. Sisi wananchi kule nyanjani mpaka leo hatujapata feedback ni sheria ipi mlipitisha, taxation kwa mfano, mambo ya usafi, slaughterhouses and so on. Hatujapata feedback. Sijui labda wenzangu katika sub county zenu nini mlipewa. Lakini sisi kwetu Kilifi South tulizungumza, tukapitisha, lakini hatujapata feedback kama ni ipi iliyochukuliwa.
Now, to your side, what measures have you set in protecting the HRDs in Kilifi?
Nataka niseme hivi, mwananchi anahusishwa katika mipango ya maendeleo, but at some levels. At the CIDP level, we get involved. Lakini at the planning level, it is now the county technical team. There is no representation of the community.
So my question was, I think as a county, as an organization, we pushed for Kilifi County to have the county CV action plan. But I'm happy that you are there because as per your department, you have a youth component in it. And I wanted to know from you, what mechanisms have you put in place to make sure that the issue of radicalization in countering violent extremism is seriously addressed?
Jambo la kwanza kabisa kama mtetezi wa haki za binadamu niwe najua sheria inayonilinda. Pili niwe mkakamavu. Maana kupitia na ule mchezo wa jana inamaanisha kwamba yule mama alikuwa mlegevu, legelege. Yakiongelewa huku ameshika, yakiongelewa huku ameshika, na uoga pia kautia ndani. Lakini kulingana na zile hali tunapitia huko, na ukiwa umesimama kama mtetezi, ni ujue kwamba hiyo sheria inakulinda. Mbali na hiyo kuna Mungu anayeishi. Unapoleta haki katika jamii, una thawabu mbinguni.
We believe that as a county we cannot work on our own. We have to partner and network with different CSOs within the county. We believe that they have strengths that maybe we do not have. So we want to build on our strengths and their strengths, and also pull the other lesser CSOs who are a bit weak, see how we can be able to strengthen them so that we can make a vibrant CSO for Kilifi County. Commitment is one of the challenges because not all are very willing to come, but we have made an effort to try and individually reach out to all of them so that they can actively participate in the many forums that we have. And going forward, I think the commitment that we have with them, we will make sure that we hope that we will get a vibrant CSO within Kilifi County.
Asante sana.
The engagement with the community, I think I want to applaud Mr. Maingi. Am I pronouncing it properly? Yeah, yesterday we were very much willing to bash him. But I want to tell you one thing. If you bash him, he will not come next time. Are we together? Yesterday at Makweni, we were fortunate to have the governor at the conference. And over and above, his director sat through the session. Now we have Mr. Maingi sitting here from day one for 3 days. That usually don't happen. Machako conference, we had no representative at all. What are the differences? The Waziri said he has a background in the civil society organization. Okay, so he understands, she understands. So I guess that is the reason why she was able to release one of the staff to sit with her. Kivuta Kibana has a background in the civil society organization. And that is the reason why we can then understand why our director could sit through the whole session up to the evening.
Anything to PEN and Fund Foundation, it would be really, really unfair for me if I left here without thanking them. They've held our hands. PEN have this program they call supporting county-based civil society networks. They've held our hands since last year. We were very low when we started with them. They've supported us to build our capacity first, to understand how the counties operate. That was really, really good. They've held our hands to help us understand how we can engage with the government. They've held our hands in presenting petitions to county government. And now we are having a process of having a public participation law in place because of their support. Same appreciations should also go to Ford Foundation. That's the origin of the money we are enjoying. That's the origin of the money we are using to do some of these interesting things, and we hope they will continue supporting us. They've supported us for many years, by the way. Ujamaa Center have been a grantee of Ford Foundation for many, many years, since 2007. And we hope they'll continue supporting us as we grow. They should see that we have grown.